This lesson is going to show you how to use the Scratch MIT software to build a binary converter animation. We have our sprite out here on our stage, and this tutorial assumes that you already know the basics of Scratch, and if you don't, you should probably go back and review some of the supporting material that I've added to the course. So we're going to start out by bringing over a when flag click event block to start the entire animation. The blocks we're going to focus on today are these sensing blocks right here, the light blue blocks, and more specifically we're going to use this ask block. You see when I click on the ask block, Abby, our sprite, asks the question, "What's your name?" and then there is a bar down at the bottom of our stage where a user can actually enter an answer. For this project, we don't want Abby to ask, "What's your name?" We want her to ask the user to enter a number between 1 and 10. And we're just going to link that block up to our event block, and let's start it over again. So now Abby says enter a number between 1 and 10. And we want our user to enter our number down here, and then Abby will then convert that number to binary code. So we're going to go to our control blocks and use an if-then block, link that block up to the ask prompt. And we're going to focus on these green blocks, which are the operator blocks. Some students like to call them the math blocks. And you'll see this one down here is an equal block. And anything that we put in here that equals the exact answer that we put in is going to then produce the reply that we have entered in the then section. So we'll go back to sensing, and we've created a variable now that is answer. Anytime you use an ask block, you create a variable that is answer. If you see, if I clicked here, we would actually show the variable up here, but that's not needed for this project. So we're going to unclick it, and we're going to drag this circle over into our operator. So now the prompt says, when we enter a number between 1 and 10, we'll wait, and then if the answer equals a specific response that we put in here, it could be a number, it could be a word, then something else will happen. So let's just start out by putting in 1. So if the user enters 1 in the answer block, then we're going to go over to looks and use our say block. We are going to want Abby to say 0, 0, 0, 1 for 2 seconds. Let's try that out. So we enter 1, press enter, and look, Abby says 0, 0, 0, 1. But then the screen goes blank again and nothing else can happen. That's not ideal. So what we're going to need is we're going to need to grab a loop, and we're going to use the forever loop right here. We are going to loop that around the entire block of code here. So now it says when the flag is clicked forever, Abby will ask us to enter a number between 1 and 10 and wait. If the answer equals 1, then she will say 0, 0, 1 for 2 seconds, and then because it's a loop, it'll loop us back up again to ask the question. So let's press the stop sign to get us to cancel anything that we've entered in before, and press the green flag. So it says enter a number between 1 and 10. Let's enter 1. Press enter. Abby says 0, 0, 0, 1. Then it returns back again to the prompt, which is exactly what we want. So let's try another one. Let's try to see what happens if the answer equals 2. So let's repeat the steps. So we're going to use an if-then block and link it here inside the forever block. Go back to operators. We use an equals operator, and then back to sensing, and we'll grab the bubble that is the answer variable and put it right in here. And then let's have it enter 2. Click on the looks and say, and this time we want Abby to say 0, 0, 1, 0 for 2 seconds. And again, you're going to learn more about what that means and how to convert numbers from decimal to binary code in the next lesson. This is just teaching you how to use the Scratch Mind tool to ask questions and generate answers. So let's try 2 and see if it works. There we go, 0, 0, 1, 0. Again, let's try 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Perfect. And you could continue this up to 10. Good luck.